Hey there, card fighters, it's me, Royal Paladin 813. I just wanted to do a quick little video on a discussion about the different kinds of formats there are in the world of Vanguard, whether it be the actual formats everyone plays, or whether it be the formats that you don't even know exist. Because I've noticed that in the starting 3+ years now that the game's been out in America for the TCG, that a lot of players are still getting mixed up on rules and regulations. So I just want to do a quick little rundown of what each format is, and then go through afterwards and give you descriptions of each one and what they're actually supposed to be used for. There's Classic, Flash, Draft, Clan, what else is there? There's, yes, I have a cheat sheet. Extreme, and then G Regulation. Now, Extreme Fight and G Regulations are very unique in their own sense. But when it comes to the majority of the other ones, you know, the Classic, which is referred to also as standard format, that is what we play here in America, which is referred to as what you play at your locals. The rules for that, for Classic, is you're allowed to mix clans. You're allowed to have fun. Do whatever you want, go for it. As long as the cards allow you to do it, do it. There's nothing that can hold you back. Cross-clanning is phenomenal because it allows you to play the strengths of one clan with the strengths of another clan to cover each other's weaknesses, which is great. Flash fights. That's something that Bushi's tried to do in order to teach fighters how to play the game. It's basically a 25-card deck. That's it, just 25 cards, 8 triggers, no more than 2 heals. It's half the deck, so it should go twice as fast. So they're hoping that games end in a flash. Hence the name, aha, so clever. Such a play on words, right? Yeah, no, not really. After that, there is Draft. Draft, if you've ever played anything like Magic, is a very unique and awesome format, but if you're not used to it, it's not something you should really dabble in, unless you're dabbling with a bunch of your friends. Basically, you crack a pack, everyone cracks a pack, you grab one card out of your pack, and you pass the pack to the person beside you, and they do the same for you. You build your deck out of all the cards you pulled out of the packs as you got them. So in Draft format, if it's an 8-man tournament, which is what the sneak peeks were originally set up to be, you basically have a 30-card deck at the end of it, and everything is Cray Elemental and nothing has E-Special counterblasting. So you don't have to worry about restrictions on any card. All the triggers, you can run as many as you pull. If you pull every single one of your packs, all 5 packs, your starting trigger is a heal trigger. Congratulations, you got 5 heal triggers in your deck. If they decided to, you know, pass you other packs and not take their triggers, you can have a deck of all 30 triggers for all we know. But that's Draft. After that is Clan Fight. Clan Fight is what the average player in the TCG gets confused with Japan, because Clan Fight is in the TCG for Team League. Clan Fight states for the OCG, no more than 4 copies of Blaster Dark in a Royal Paladin deck. Outside of that and Link Joker, no clan mixing. Clan Fight for the TCG says something very similar to that. As of this moment in time, I believe it still says up to 10 shadows. But that's for Clan Fight, which applies to Team League. Also, at the start of the WCQs, they will announce that there is no clan mixing, which means the WCQs, which are sanctioned Bushi-run events, are clan fights, not Classic. But Classic is what you play at your locals. After that is Extreme, which is pretty much kind of Draft. You build your 50-card deck with the standard rules, you know, no more than 16 triggers, no more than 4 heals, but outside of that, everything is Cray Elemental. Now sure, you will have the restrictions of, you know, the E-Special counterblasting that say counterblast 2 Liberators, or you have to have a Liberator Vanguard. Those restrictions still apply, but anything that says you have to have a Royal Paladin, or says counterblast just Royal Paladin, that doesn't apply anymore, because everything that says anything about having a specific clan is now changed to Cray Elemental. If I'm not mistaken, one of the best decks right now is an Aquaforce deck, or sorry, not Aquaforce, is Grand Blue deck, because of its Legion that lets you Superior Call a grade 0 or 1 or whatever it is from drop zone if he misses. And what you do is you use that and grab Cat Butler, because since everything's Cray Elemental, Cat Butler now reads when your Vanguard, when your grade 2 or lower Vanguard that is Cray Elemental does not successfully attack, you can retire this unit and restand your Vanguard. So basically, if you don't hit, you swing again with a Cat Butler for free. After that is G Regulation. G Regulation is the new meta for Japan that says anything before G1 is not tournament legal. Now, G Regulation is its own set of rules. It is different from their clan fights. If you're going to a WCQ in Asia, you will be going with the rules of clan fights. They will announce when you're going to a tournament that has G Regulation, but G Regulation still has clan fights. Now, after that, there is one other thing that I do want to talk about really fast, and that would be ban list. What is hit, what isn't hit? Because there is the ban, semi-rotational, limited, and a rat. The ban list is literally cards that say you cannot play this card, and Bushiroad says this card cannot exist in your deck. Usually, like at the bottom of the Great Nature one, it says after such time, this card is no longer tournament legal. That is the only one that was mass-produced that has that effect. I think the only other one that is known to not be tournament legal is the Breakers Clan Grade 5 Daigo, which is actually the size of a full mural, just done as a card fight Vanguard front. So, there's that. So, there are no real banned cards. After that is the rotational semi-limited list, which you'll hear about things like Cat Butler going to 2, MLB was at 2, Tsukiyomi was at 2, Godhawk Ichibayoshi was at 2. That's the rotational ban list. That's something that exists in Japan, not America. Sure, it's good to keep up on stuff like that, but at the same time, it's not something that affects the TCG, so don't build your deck around it just because somebody says, hey, you can only run up to 2 copies of this card. No, if you're playing TCG meta, even in clan restrictions, TCG meta, you don't have the rotational ban list, so you can still run 4. After that, I do want to mention errats, because I know a bunch of players that still say Bargle and Lizard Soldier Conroe are banned. Those cards have a huge errat on them. Most of the time when they do an errat on cards, what they'll do is they'll have an extra text of line, or they'll say, hey, we screwed up on a card, this is now what it's supposed to read. They did that with Bargle, and they did that with Lizard Soldier Conroe. The additional line of text says now, this card can no longer be used as your starter, which is phenomenal, because right now, Seekers would be non-stop, tier 0 all the time. If you lose, it's because your opponent played Seekers also, if it wasn't for that one line, because Bargle lets you soul charge out the ass, and that's the end of that. But those are errats. Just because a card says that it can't be used as your Vanguard doesn't mean you can't have it in your deck. We will get errats that Japan has that are major errats like that. Yes, it's only a matter of time, but we're not guaranteed to get it right away. So just because Japan got hit with an errat that says you can't use this anymore, doesn't mean right away that you should get rid of yours because now you can't use it and everyone should be accusing you of being a cheater. No, you're not cheating. You're playing the cards that you can still play while you can still play them. There's nothing wrong with that, card fighters. But guys, this is just some food for thought, so that way you guys understand there are many differences in the different formats. There are many cards that have been errated. Most of them are minor errats like misspellings, or in the case of Garmor, the original Garmor from the trial deck for the TCG use, it actually says shuffle your library, not shuffle your deck. That's the biggest errat that they came up with from a word because they used a different word. But yes, that's just what I figure you guys should know and what you guys need to know. And as always, card fighters, rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.